Many thanks for staying with us here on News Desk. To some other stories now. And barring NHIA, the National Health Insurance Authority will roll out a capitation system in the 3 northern regions of the country at the start of October. Deputy Director in charge of provider payments at the National Health Insurance Authority, Titus Sorry, disclosed this at a sensitization workshop in Wa, where he named the 3 regions as the Upper West, Upper East, and the Volta region. Now, he said the only hurdle left for the NHIA to cross is the payment of claims from service providers, which they hope to pay before the start date. However, some of the service providers are appealing for time to get more members for their facilities. Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
Capitation is a provider payment method under which an advance of a predetermined fixed rate is paid to health service providers to provide a defined set of services for each NHIA subscriber enrolled with a preferred primary provider for a fixed period of time. It was first introduced in 2012 as a pilot in the Asante region and now on the verge of being scaled up to other regions in the country. The rollout process, which started in 2014, involves stakeholder engagements in the region with health service providers, staff from district health directorates, and other major players in the industry. Other workshops had also taken place for some key officers from health provider institutions, district health directors, administrators, and health information on capitation and facility mapping. That notwithstanding, some of the service providers seem unprepared for the October takeoff and will want it to be pushed further. Emmanuel Songwok is the YES District Director of Health.
So we are thinking that some grace period should be left so that we address these issues. Facilities that were not accredited. Secondly, some community members, the education wasn't so much down to the grassroots level. So you find that people were just rolled onto facilities, attached to facilities where in actual fact they are not residing within those areas. So you find that community members come to the registration point, they are just assigned to a health facility.
Deputy Director in charge of provider payment at the National Health Insurance Authority, Titus Sorry, however, disagreed with them. He said the only major concern they have is a colossal amount of money they owe the service providers in the region, who they hope to pay before the start date.
As I stand here, there are a lot of constraints with regard to submissions or exact calculation of the amount we really owe them because of late submission from providers. So it is something we are encouraging them to do as much as they can to bring us up to a level with submissions so that we can adequately handle reimbursement or payment or clearance of indebtedness before we roll it out. This is one thing that can constrain us or hold us back should we say we will adjust beyond this date. But this is what tentatively we are looking at, 1st October 2016.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And here in the capital Accra, my name is Kwabna Chenchen. You are still watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel. Now, an appeals court judge is urging his colleagues at the lower courts as well as other law enforcers to be abreast with Ghana's mining laws. Justice Dennis Ejay says many cases of alleged breach of the law end up in courts with no jurisdiction for such cases. He was speaking at a seminar for judges with support from the Ghana Chamber of Mines in Kumasi.
Justice Ejay wants particularly judges to examine the law before sitting on cases related to mining offences.
Look at the law critically and see whether that court has jurisdiction. And your honest, your worships, when such a person is arraigned before you, you must examine that, you must look at the law, whether you have jurisdiction or you don't have. If you don't have, strike out as incompetent and discharge so that the person could be arraigned before a proper court.
Ashanti Regional Minister John Alexander Akon called for concerted effort to sanitize the mining landscape for national development,
as well as ensure that the mineral resources are not exploited for individual profits alone, but to resource the nation for the national good. In this vein, I call on all chiefs and people in communities where some of these illegal mining activities take place to cooperate with the relevant legal state actors and institutions to ensure that we rid our communities of the illegal mining that takes our precious minerals away, leaving behind poverty, environmental degradation, and diseases. It must options that are key.
Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Suleiman Ukoni, dismissed suggestions the chamber is against small-scale mining.
The Chamber of Mines supports small-scale mining as it is a creature of law. However, we abhor illegal mining in its various forms. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, illegal mining continues to be a major bane of the mining industry. From the attack on Perseus mining to the confrontations at Golden Star, Bogoso, and Awari mines, illegal miners continue to invade the bona fide concessions of mining companies, and lately that of exploration companies as well. The most blatant of all is the occupation of the AG of Boase mine by illegal miners, even when the company has relinquished about 60% of its concession to the state. It is our expectation that the movement committee, which has been tasked to recommend a strategy to relocate the illegal miners, will complete this work and its recommendations implemented swiftly.